speech today is entitled, Rise Above. I believe that Dr. King's vision for the African American race was not only to achieve racial equality with others, but also to rise above. In April of 1967, almost 45 years ago, Dr. King said, "A man has not begun to live until he can rise above the narrow confines of his own individual concerns to border concerns of all humanity." I believe that to do this, you must not only care about others, but you must resist oppression, surpass all expectations, break the mold, and be a groundbreaking individual. I think we can all agree that in his short lifetime, Dr. King was able to rise above. He was a role model and a hero to all of us, not just African Americans. And he was taken away all too soon. Each year, we celebrate his life, but where are his teachings in our lives today? I believe that if Dr. King were still alive today, he would be proud of how far we have come and the amazing accomplishments we have made. However, I also think he would be disappointed because we are still labeled. On a daily basis, we still fight the negative stereotypes. And what's more disappointing is that we handicap ourselves. But we are so much better than that. For the 4 years I spent at Morristown High School, I have seen a number of students either drop out, stay back, become drug dealers, become drug users, or lack motivation to do anything that would benefit their futures, and in turn, the future of humanity. I have been in the Morris School District all my life, and known most of my classmates just as long. They are all bright and all capable of achieving great things. It bothers me that in honors and AP classes, African American students describe feeling alone and disconnected just because they have no one like themselves to relate to. The loneliness of those classrooms can be pure torture. I know because I am one of those students. We get picked on for being the only African American in the room too many times. And it seems like there is so much more pressure on us because everyone is waiting for us to mess up. I kid you not, one student actually said to me after I had gotten a problem wrong in math class, "Oh, so you are just like the rest of them." But rather than getting in his face, I simply let the subsequent achievement speak for itself. I proved to him that an African American student can do anything a white student can. I was one of the first black students in my high school to get into college. And it just so happened to be a school that he was rejected from. I rise above. All I want is for my classmates to experience the feeling of overcoming adversities such as these. But I feel that so many of them are afraid to commit to what it takes. And instead, they choose to bow to labels and stereotypes. Fear has guided so many of the horrible things in our world's history. Jewish people were murdered in the Holocaust out of fear. Fire hoses, dogs, and police brutality were weapons used against our ancestors because of fear of change. I am sure many of our ancestors were afraid of change during the Civil Rights Movement. But because of people like Dr. King, Malcolm X, Adam Clayton Powell, Rosa Parks, and Medgar Evers, who faced fear head-on with a goal in mind, we are able to live the lives that we live today. Yet today, many of us are letting fear be the deciding factor in our life choices. We are are just as capable as any other race on the planet. Yet the ratio of high school and college graduates, doctors, CEOs, and other powerful African Americans compared to other races in this country is astoundingly low. Let's look at one statistic to prove the point. In 2008, of doctors under the age of 40, 66% were white and 4% were black. If we look at the practice as a whole, regardless of age, the numbers were even more staggering. 75% were white and 3.8% were black. My question is, why? And I wonder how much better humanity would be if it weren't so far apart. We cannot let fear keep us from reaching our full potential. In my African American Studies class, we talk about many of the things that have scarred the spirit of our race and have been passed down from generation to generation. These negatives go unnoticed, and we have to break the cycle. What's even more disturbing is the fact that not only are these scars being passed down, but new ones are forming within every generation. Whether it's drugs and alcohol, lack of motivation, or fear, we are reopening those welts on the backs of our ancestors, letting those wounds fester with the destruction they are causing in the minds of our people. I think it's time we let those wounds from the past close and heal. Yes, there may be scars, but they are a reminder of the past. So that we can learn from the past, so that we don't forget, and so that we do not repeat our mistakes. We need to rise above. We need to let those wounds heal and rise above. If we rise above, we can break the cycle and become the groundbreaking generation that Dr. King wanted us to be. As Bob Marley said in one of his most famous songs, Redemption Song, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. So do not let our posterity suffer from the labels, stereotyping, and how we can't handicap ourselves with fear. We must rise above. Thank you.
Morristown green, dark.